What does it take to build a fashion brand rooted in culture, precision, and global appeal? Adib Lieow, Managing Director of KHR Holdings, has done just that, bringing the elegance of Japanese clothing to Southeast Asia and beyond. In this exclusive interview, we dive into his entrepreneurial journey and the story behind KHR Japanese fashion principles shape business strategy, lessons in leadership, branding, and scaling with authenticity, advice for SME founders navigating growth and identity. Whether you're a creative, a founder, or a future global brand, this conversation will spark new thinking and inspire bold moves. Good morning, Mr. Adib Lieow. Thank you for joining me today in the 100 BizTalks. Let's start with your journey. Can you share a bit about your background and what led you to start your company?
Thank you for having me. So from my background, it goes back all the way to 1982, back when our Prime Minister enacted the Look East policy. So the idea is that we look at East Asian countries, rising East Asian countries like Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan, to learn from their culture and adapt it into Malaysia. So this is my background. We were exposed to Japanese culture since a very young age, and that's what inspired KHR Holdings. Because back then, adapting a new culture into Malaysia is a struggle, and it was awkward. So creating KHR Holdings brings like-minded people together, and we can turn our interests into business together.
Yeah, so that's a powerful connection between policy and entrepreneurship. Building on that, could you share how KHR Holdings has navigated those cultural challenges in practice?
Yes, adoption of those culture has been an awkward phase because in the beginning, like bringing food, animation, and language into Malaysia is something new. Like for an example, if we take sushi, now it's quite normal for everyone. But back then, people have a pushback towards it because people have reaction like, "You, why would you eat raw food?" So nowadays, it became something normal because the adoption that we did was that we approached people physically, like bazaar or car boot sales. So in terms of clothing, you need people to see it, to touch it, to experience it. So that's how we approach these things and make people comfortable with the new culture.
It's inspiring to see how those events help shift perceptions and build genuine interest. Looking ahead, how do you envision KHR Holdings expanding this cultural engagement into new areas or future initiatives?
So yes, currently we are focusing on traditional clothing, but our government has been very supportive in terms of relationship between Malaysia and Japan. Lately, because we host ASEAN Summit this year, and there has been a growth in our food industry. So most Japanese will come into Malaysia to explore food industry. And also we are trying to explore into entertainment industry as well, like music. So clothing, food, and music are the things that we are focusing into in the future.
Yeah, I can see you've shared how accessibility and cultural adaptation drive your products. Shipping to leadership, I'd love to hear about how role as the helm, specifically as a managing director, how do you cultivate innovation and resilience within your team?
So I've been practicing the 7 core value of BNI within my company. But the top 3 that I usually focus would be number 1, givers gain. Number 2, traditions and innovation. And third, accountability. So starting from givers gain, before joining BNI, we are very reserved. We don't really share about our company, about our business, because people's perception of Japanese business has been a weird business, something that is not successful in Malaysia. But after joining BNI, by sharing with the right people, working with the right people, and helping other people understand us, work with us, and grow together, that has been an eye-opening. So Givers Gain has actually helped us to grow exponentially in Malaysia. And bringing to the second part, tradition and innovation. This is quite personal to us as well. In our chapter, we have a young to old member. So usually we will have a different way of approaching things. So innovation comes into an important play here. Now in our business as well, we are from traditional Japanese clothing. So most of the people that are involved in this industry is elderly. And then we try to bring it into modern market. This has been a big, driving force in our company. And I've been focusing this ever since. And then the third part is accountability. Now, in order to drive innovation and everything, our words are the one that become guidance to our customer because they are exposing themselves to new culture. Sometimes misunderstanding would happen, and we have to practice accountability because in the long term, your word will build your brand and your business. So that's how we approach our company.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing that you apply the BNI core values into your business. Now, stepping back to the broader entrepreneurial journey, what's one mindset shift or practical habit you believe every entrepreneur should adopt to thrive in today's business landscape?
The first one would be to recognize entrepreneurship is not for everyone because most people are searching for structure and stability. Now, this is something that you can get from working under someone's company. But when it comes to entrepreneurship, when you explore it yourself, structure and stability is something you need to build yourself. And most people will struggle with this. So first and foremost, try to recognize that entrepreneurship is a completely different game. So now we're moving to the second part, which is mentorship. You need to find a mentor or surround yourself with experienced people because the only way for you to know whether entrepreneurship works for you is to work with mentor and people with experience. By working with them, you would have less trial and error. In a company, when you do trial and error, you are safe because the structure stability is there. But when you explore outside, this kind of things would usually cost you money, time, and energy. And most people would give up after a certain point. And with that, bringing us to the third point would be you need to have a digital footprint. Now, back in our time, it was newspaper, magazine, billboards. But nowadays, the structure has changed. It became TikTok, Instagram, and there's a lot more social media. So if you want your business to exist, you must have a digital footprint. If not, nobody would know about you. So these are the three things I would encourage people to know.
Yeah, that's amazing. I really love all those advice. So, in essence, your advice to entrepreneurs is that success requires creating your own stability, learning under the guidance of mentors, and building a strong digital presence. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing the journey and insight with us today. Your perspective on culture, innovation, and leadership has been truly, truly inspiring. I wish you and KHR Holdings ongoing success and growth ahead.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's been an honor speaking with you. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you.